Hi everyone, this is Maya, and this is day 6 of Novel Prep Month. I hope you're having a great time with the exercises so far. Before we get started in today's video, let me get the disclaimer out of the way. I am not a published author, and I am not a writing teacher. What I am is someone who failed National Novel Writing Month multiple times, and every time I failed, I learned something new until finally I had the skills I needed in order to finish. And that's what I'm trying to give to you today. So today I really just want to talk to you a little bit about character and how we're going to work with character in this, next week and a half. You're going to notice if you're following along with the How to Write Your Novel within the Snowflake Method book, that I'm going to be deviating and flipping some of the exercises around. And that is because I think it's really important for characters to come first. And I don't care whether you're writing genre or whether you're writing literary fiction. I know a lot of people say that that's the difference between genre and literary fiction, but actually, I think the best genre fiction is genre fiction that has really strong characters. Because those are the characters you remember and you fall in love with and you want to finish. And those really strong characters will get you through middles, will get you through chapters that maybe aren't the best, or maybe the plot's falling apart. You can put up with a lot of failures in a plot if the characters are really, really enveloping. I'm looking for the right word, but the truth is, I can sit here and list books, top selling books right now that have horrible plots, are badly written, but people love them because people love the characters. So, as you're writing and revising your one sentence summary, I want you to start to imagine what your characters are like. Most likely, you have one character already, and that is the protagonist in your summary. So, I want you to try this exercise. Allow yourself to daydream about that character. So, close your eyes and take slow breaths. Count to 3 on the in and breathe out 3. Take several of those breaths and then allow yourself to imagine this character. How old is this character? What gender is this character? Are they confident or are they shy? Who is this character that is in your one sentence summary? You're not writing anything down, you're just allowing yourself to picture who they are. And this is going to inform your revisions of your one sentence summary. So if you've written your one sentence summary and you find out, this character doesn't quite work, that's not how I'm picturing him, go back and change that one sentence summary. So for our example, I had a sexy, sophisticated serial killer. Wow, talk about tongue twister. And I'm trying to picture this character. Is this character a stereotype? Can I change this character to make the character more interesting? Maybe it isn't Hannibal Lecter. Maybe it's Hannah. Maybe it's a female serial killer. That's a little different. And maybe she is strong, but slightly shy. Is she pretty? Is she older? Is she younger? What is she like? Allow yourself to imagine this character. And I think that that's going to help you in the next phase because for me personally, I find it really difficult to expand my one sentence summary if I literally have no clue about the characters at all. And then to go on and develop the characters. I want to have at least a sense. I want to be able to close my eyes and feel the character just slightly. If there's a second character, a second main character, allow yourself to sense that character. We're not going into specifics. We're not going to research what makes a good character and all of that. I want your gut instinct to take over because we've been developing characters since we were small children. From the time you were 5 years old and you looked at your friend and said, "You be the pirate and I'll be the princess," you were developing characters. So talk to yourself as if you were that 5-year-old. Only instead of you be the princess, it's you be the serial killer. And you are a super pretty 30-year-old girl, 30-year-old woman who became a serial killer after her husband died. And you became a serial killer because on accident, maybe your husband was killed and you killed somebody in order to get revenge and you discovered you liked it. So all of a sudden you have a super sexy serial killer that you were picturing like Hannibal Lecter, which is good. But suddenly you have something different because you allowed yourself to imagine. And I find that just free form talking helps. So in this case, you saw me brainstorm that right in front of you. I did not do that ahead of time. So literally close your eyes and picture the character and then describe the character and hesitate and change your description and talk out loud and tell that character who they are until all of a sudden the character is speaking through you. And when you're done doing that, you're going to find that you may not know all the details about the character yet, and we will get there. But if you close your eyes and you picture the character, you have a sense of who the character is, and you can start to visualize this character. I think that's super important. Tomorrow, we're going to actually expand your one sentence summary, and we're going to develop what I would consider your very first real sense of the narration of the story. So before you do that, please set aside a half an hour, close your eyes, and imagine your characters. Go in the shower so no one can hear you if you've got a house full of people and you don't want them thinking that you're talking to yourself. But do whatever you need to do in order to imagine your character. Do it while you're walking, but just start talking out loud because you don't always know what you think until you say it. Most people have had the experience of trying to explain something on paper and you can't get it out, and then you just explain it out loud, and suddenly it's obvious and it's easy to explain it out loud, but you were having a hard time writing it. So that's what I want you to do with your character. Go someplace where you feel comfortable and talk out loud. Explain who your character is out loud until you can have a vague sense of what your character feels like, what their energy feels like. And you're going to use that in order to make your summary tomorrow. And that way, your summary will be more informed by your character than it will be by what seems interesting. Plot that comes from a character is almost always more believable to me. I think people that have written a lot can do it the other way around. But if you're new and you've never done National Novel Writing Month before, knowing your character inside and out is going to make everything easier, because when you get into a hole, when you don't know what to do, when you get writer's block because the scene's not working, you'll know your character well enough that you'll be able to close your eyes, picture your character, and say, "Hey, character, what would you do next?" And your character will answer. Until tomorrow. Ciao.